Yo, what's going on? Right, so I think nobody actually expected this, but this is gonna be my first vlog. So I am actually feeling very weird. Yeah, so for the longest time, I've been saying that I wanted to do a vlog. I did promise myself that in 2025, I wanted to put myself a little bit more out there and actually start posting my face as well as my normal voice when not singing or rapping. Here we are, 72 hours in Shanghai. Currently, we are having a couple of issues with our check-in. Let's hope that that's actually going to be resolved quite quickly. For some reason, I can't check in. So I'm all packed. Everything is right there. All the shebang. Why am I going to China? Well, actually, the reason why I'm going to China is just vacation. I've been doing for a long time a lot of trips that have been quite short and within Europe. And what more different to do than China? I will actually be flying to Shanghai and spending 72 hours there and really experiencing what China is all about. Having said that, I'll see you in the morning and cha-cha.
So we just arrived and the lines are super long. It's insane how you can come 3 hours early and still be stuck in a line and nothing moving. Like, it's insane. Well, quick stop at Louis V just to check out what they have.
These go really hard.
With Louis Vuitton sneakers is that they're so heavy though. Like, yeah, they're so heavy. I think for me is like Louis Vuitton and Dior and stuff like that. You know, it was kind of like the hypebeast era, and that kind of died down. So I think that's why also Louis Vuitton, Dior, and all these luxury brands are starting to look a little bit less attractive. But they still have really hard sneakers. Made it to the flight, so I will be dozing off for 12 hours. One thing that did come to my mind actually was that a lot of places in Shanghai only speak Chinese. So I'm kind of worried that we're not going to be able to figure a few things out. It's pretty cool to see that an airline put so much effort to show their culture. I think European airlines could definitely learn from that. Apart from that, it's been so far quite fun of a ride. So let's see how everything goes.
Trying to find my own. I be trying to find a way to mend the scars and light it.
So landed. We just landed in China. We didn't sleep as much as we would have liked to. We're one of those people that reclines their chair all the way back, especially in a long flight. I'm gonna fight you. But apart from that, get all the immigration processes ready and stuff, go through, and then gonna be on our way to Shanghai. But first things first stop 7-Eleven, of course. The thing is, when you come to China, you wouldn't expect that the first thing that would get me excited is a 7-Eleven. But to be fucking fair, some of the things they have, man, are fucking awesome. I don't know, I'm just gonna go so ham when it comes to the different type of stuff that they have in these grocery stores. All right. See, I live in Zurich and we don't have these. Like, Switzerland, please learn. Start importing these. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about when you just want to have a small snack and eat well. The plan is, we're gonna walk around, try to find a lot of food to try, probably go some shopping, waste a lot of money. Then we're gonna complain about that we wasted money. But at the same time, we just love seeing this skyline.
Who think you fooling? We not new to it, we counted fluid. House game on the wood, my cup filled with mud. I came out the hood. Sometimes the gangster need a hug. I'ma get all my problems above. Hate when people be doing too much. Keep it real, the street show you no love. We don't need no one vouching for us.
So this is my first vlog, so actually I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Obviously I'm supposed to show you the sights and stuff, but I just don't know what is interesting to show. I see a lot of vloggers, they do it either like really short, so they kind of just show bits and pieces of whatever they can, whatever they want. You have these travel vloggers, obviously, that have their camera on for like 3 hours at a time and then just show absolutely everything, even the smallest little filthy pebble on the street. Also, you hear a lot of times actually about people being uncomfortable being on camera. I think the fact that I'm recording this from my iPhone looks a bit better because it makes people think I'm on FaceTime speaking to somebody or doing something completely different. So it feels a little bit more comfortable recording.
And anyway, so this is pretty much where we arrived to Shantandi. I think that's how you pronounce it. So this is like their shopping designer street. It's got a couple of cool stores. For example, Gentle Monsters, which is the one that you're seeing now. It's got these pretty cool and freaky faces. So that's their whole thing. But yeah, of course, you got shops like Lululemon, and you're going to see in a little bit, hey, shouts out on. So yeah, this was pretty much their shopping street. It had a lot of cool stores that I don't really think we can find in Europe that easily. Carhartt, Stussy, well Carhartt yeah, but Stussy and Bape for example we don't really have. And overall, the whole design of the street was really, really fancy. It had a lot of stores, but also like a lot of design and architecture, which was pretty cool.
So actually what I've noticed is that in Shanghai, which I actually have no idea that this was the case, a lot of people will actually try to pull you to the side of the road and take you to certain places to sell you like fake shit. It seems to be quite a lenient culture when it comes to them trying to pull you off the street and sell you shit. It can get quite annoying. Most of them are quite okay when you don't respond or when you just keep walking, they leave you alone. So honestly, first impressions of Shanghai is insane. Honestly, what a city. It's one of those cities where I could imagine myself living and doing business in, because it is one of the big financial centers in the world as well. And you know, especially when you have to do a lot with trading and with investments and whatever, you're always looking for the big cities where you can have opportunity to make big investments and make money. And Shanghai is no different to that. Like you've seen so many business entrepreneurs that you know, live here, do things. It's like a big city that you can actually have opportunity to do business with.
¿Qué tienes puesto? No puedo esperar a mandarte a buscar. Me cansé de las fotos, la story y los textos. Se molesta si no le contesto. Pues házmelo así, bien tóxica a ti. No se deja ver, ella es exótica. Clase aparte, otra liga. Only thing she care about is whereabouts. Eye contact, she stare me down. Wanna wear me out.
So I know I didn't film much of the eating or anything. To be fair, today was quite a long day and we didn't see exactly that many spectacles either. And I'll hopefully be able to show a lot more tomorrow. Kind of bad on my end, but doing basic exploration and trying to figure things out. We are going to go for dinner now, and after dinner we're going to come and die on the bed. We are beyond exhausted. However, one thing I do want to show is the view that we have from our room. Just look at this view. Like 67th floor, I believe it is. That's the Shanghai Tower, which goes higher and higher and higher. Can't even show it. So yeah, I'm going to try and film a lot more tomorrow. Hopefully a lot more of the activities that we're going to do. We're going to go to a couple of temples. We're going to try and find some really good breakfast and food. So yeah, I'll just catch you tomorrow, and that's about it. Good morning, guys. So I woke up actually about 30 minutes ago. Came for a quick workout downstairs, and now I'm going to be going upstairs to change. I don't think I've had such a tiring day actually in so long. Like, it was really destroying. Because the thing is, we were awake for like 36 hours straight. And now we managed to sleep a little bit, hopefully recover. Yeah, so I woke up, went on a workout, and yeah, pretty much gonna get ready for the day. I get also a lot of questions, which is like, why would I wake up so early and go for a run? I always say that there's kind of like a mental blocker you break every time you kind of push your boundaries. Hence why, yes, I'm still very, very, very exhausted. But the thing is, if I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna stay in bed, I'm not really gonna do anything, I'll just stay in bed and sleep. For me, it kind of feels like I'm allowing the mental barrier to just continue to exist. Whereas every time that I get up and I break that barrier, it makes me feel not only better throughout the day, but it's also, I kind of make the impossible possible for myself. And today, hopefully, I'm gonna film a lot more than what I did yesterday. See you in a bit. And voila. So we're actually gonna be getting ready and we'll be leaving now. Hopefully gonna be finding some good food spots today. I'll be taking you along, and yeah, see you at Yew Garden. Bow. So we just entered, and yeah, from what I understand, it's just pretty much an old town. Before they renovated it, they made it new. So this is just pretty much a renovation or a rebuild of what the temple used to be like. Pretty cool.
So Yew Garden is actually really, really cool because of many reasons. One, it was a son who tributed the temple to his father, which was really cool. But the other point as well, it was a military base for the Brits during the Opium War. So a little nerdy fact there. But yeah, it was really cool to see actually how intact they kept it. And the same thing goes with Yuyuan Street. While I'm sure both temples were quite neatly renovated, the local ambience is incredible. You really feel like you're in China and you're looking at something super traditional. And of course, the light show in the evening couldn't harm either. One of the best experiences of local tradition that I've probably seen.
To be fair, what's really interesting about it is that they've kept all the modern architecture of China, but it's new. So apparently it was completely renovated, if I understood correctly, in like the 1980s. And the Yew Garden Temple also has like a lot of gold bits on top that is real gold, but again, renovated. I think that surprises me a lot is given the relationship that China has with America, or like in general with the West, they have a lot of westernized brands. Like they have Tim Hortons, they have a bunch, a bunch of Starbucks. They also have their own brands, but they're kind of like American-fied, like Americanized.
And this was pretty much the hard part out of our vacation, was the food. I'm not gonna lie to you, the food was really, really difficult to sit down somewhere and eat something local. They have very, very different types of foods than we have in the West. For example, chicken feet or chicken head, which is not exactly something I'm really looking forward to eating. So pretty much it was quite a challenge, and my recommendation to anybody who would visit Shanghai or just China in general is be prepared to either eat at McDonald's or you gotta suck it up.
So we just sat down to have lunch at this restaurant. Plan is we're probably gonna eat and then head right back to the street because we want to try and do some shopping. There's a lot of cool stores that we want to see. I definitely need some glasses, so maybe I'm gonna get me some glasses done and maybe even buy me something from Carhartt, Stussy, I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty much the plan. Let's see how everything goes.
We living.
Yeah.
We living.
Hey.
We living.
Restless, you're getting restless. In fact,
Alright guys, so we just came back to the hotel. Yeah, it was pretty interesting actually for the second day. Yeah, I think better sightseeing than yesterday. I gotta be honest, I think Shanghai has become one of my favorite cities in the world. It's just the way that they're so advanced with their technology. They make everything so simple. Even though it's a city that has, I believe it's 30 million. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, could be anywhere between 20 to 30 million people. They seem to live so calm. Everyone just minds their own business. Everyone just kind of does their own thing. And life seems calm. I'm sure it isn't as it seems. Obviously, we were in those neighborhoods that I recorded also before. Life cannot be that easy for those people. But I mean, regardless, I fell in love with Shanghai. I really have to say, I think this trip is so far going really, really well. And Shanghai is really one of the best cities in the world by far. It's really hard to record in stores. They don't seem to like it here and they kind of don't allow it. I mean, I've been told off pretty much almost in every store that I tried to record. I've been told off and told I can't record. So it just must be a thing from China. So it's not easy to get a lot of footage on product, me trying on things and whatever. However, anyways, I still haven't bought anything. So I think it's a good night for me and we'll talk tomorrow.
Fun fact, I'm actually gonna be flying out tomorrow. So tomorrow's pretty much gonna be so today's gonna be the last day. We're gonna be flying out tomorrow to Seoul, actually. So we'll be flying into Seoul tomorrow. So far, 10 out of 10 trip. But yeah, looking very forward to now day 3, final day. It's fucking stupid. But yes. So we woke up super early in the fucking morning and it's pissing rain. Okay guys, so we're actually really close to the Starbucks Reserve, but also one thing I forgot that they have here is the Louis Vuitton ship. So apparently it's like this massive ship which doesn't actually move, it's just more like a museum that has like a shit ton of Louis Vuitton products in there. I don't know, man, China's just doing it really different. They're doing it so creative in a lot of ways. Louis Vuitton is one of my favorite brands, but yeah, it still is fucking sick what Louis Vuitton can do in certain things. And to be honest, that's also kind of the key points when it comes to branding and marketing, which is what I like on these big brands is even though they're so massive, making billions every year, they still put in a lot of effort into putting in, great marketing material out there, but also little tourist attractions that are actually almost worth it. Given I'm not actually that much of a massive Starbucks fan, like I like having it. Usually when I travel, just because it's like the easiest coffee chain to have. But yeah, bro, look at this thing. One thing I actually found out yesterday is that apparently in Shanghai alone, there's over 1,000 Starbucks in just Shanghai. Like, bro, just imagine 1,000 Starbucks. So I spend a lot of time in Milan actually, and it's really funny because they have a Milan location for like a reserve, which I didn't know. So yeah, Starbucks like these are exactly the reason why it reminds me that someday I do want to live in a massive city. So I live in Zurich, so Zurich itself is quite a big city, but it just doesn't have the flair, I would say, that a lot of these other big cities like New York, Shanghai, even London have. So yeah. So in Louis Vuitton, let's see, I'm gonna try on some pair of shoes, see how they fit.
So pretty much what I wanted was something like this, so something similar to this, but they said it's last season, so they couldn't bring it out for me to try. These go really, really hard as well. But the thing is, I have the black and white for these, so this I just don't, I think I wouldn't wear.
The issue is if I'm about to spend like a rack on a pair of shoes, it needs to be exactly the pair of shoes that I want and that I need, because otherwise it's just kind of pointless. Potentially also like a scarf, because I was looking actually to get maybe like a scarf or something, but I don't know, the gray design is pretty cool. The thing is, I just got recently a scarf, so I'm very much against over consumerism, but clearly I'm doing a very poor job at it.
Like, these type of scarves are really nice, but then would I really wear it? Because then again, I'm kind of also against really patchy logos everywhere, except on my sneakers, because my sneakers get dirty, so I don't care.
And that was LV. So we left. There wasn't really anything to try, unfortunately. Clothes either. To be fair, I might end up just going to Uniqlo and getting myself the most basics, much cheaper, much nicer, and to be fair, I also kind of think better quality. But yeah, so it is what it is.
And anyways, last on our itinerary was a little neighborhood called Tianzifang. Wow, look at my Chinese. But yeah, so pretty much this was one of their most local streets. It had a lot of little vendors. Everything was super local. There was no Western brands. There was no big brands in general or big companies. It was really just a very local street with a lot of accessories and jewelry mainly. What we did enjoy is that you really did feel at home. There wasn't a lot of tourists there to begin with. Neither did it get full throughout the day. So only locals kind of went and shopped there. Like I said, they specialized a lot in accessories, for example, jewelry, and my girlfriend even picked up something there. So this was actually a really, really cool point of our vacation to look at something more local.
All right, so pretty much we are gonna be soon ending the day. But now we actually came to this place, which kind of looks pretty cool. It's got like a massive TikTok sign in the back and stuff, which is kind of insane. I swear, China is the definition of go hard or go home, or go big or go home. They have so much stuff, it's insane. All right, guys, so we just came back to the hotel a little while ago, showered, freshened up, and we're probably gonna go to sleep, because that concludes the Shanghai trip. Overall, I really have to say it was a 10 out of 10. I could only recommend it. The only thing that I would warn is the food. It can be a little bit difficult to find good food. It can be difficult also to find food that is, yeah, I guess matching to the Western culture. That's if you're Western. Obviously, if you're from China or from Asia, maybe you won't have that type of issue. But yeah, some of the foods were quite interesting, to say the least. Yeah, so apart from that though, it was honestly a 10 out of 10. Like, we had so much fun, we explored a lot, so many malls. I think I saw already like 20 Louis Vuitton stores alone. They obviously have a lot more than that, I would say, in general as a city. Also, this was my first vlog, so please like, subscribe, and comment. For me, it would really help a lot. And let me know if you would like me to do more of these. I will say Shanghai was not exactly maybe the best trip, probably not the best trip to film on. There was a lot of things that I couldn't record, and there was a lot of things that maybe just weren't that interesting. To be quite frank, like I said, Shanghai is quite a shopping world, so there's not much interesting stuff to film except obviously the cool buildings and a little bit the gardens and stuff. So overall, anyways, for me, it really wasn't about making a huge travel vlog showing you every single detail about Shanghai, because that wasn't really the aim of it. The aim was just to show 72 hours in Shanghai, and I'm gonna try to keep it as condensed and as interesting as possible for you guys. Having said that, I will wish you all goodbye and a good night. Please like, comment, subscribe, and peace.